Dear Green Bothy was a project designed to bring together arts and humanities researchers to think about the theme of climate change in the context of COP26. There were over 50 events, which was a mixture of screenings, film screenings, poetry readings, musical events. We had a huge music program and a variety of sort of also community-led kind of initiatives as well. Conventionally, people think that climate change is all about science and getting the science right and communicating the science. But the key issue there is kind of communication. I think the role played by the arts and humanities is to bring stories into play and to allow people to express their own kind of sentiments and feelings around climate change, but also communicating different kinds of possible futures, ways of living that we'll need to bring into being if human societies are to flourish.
We feel in the College of Art Sustainability Working Group that the arts and humanities have a really, really valuable role in engaging with climate emergency and questions about sustainability. We know that facts and figures are important, but we believe that, engaging people through their senses, through their imaginations is equally, if not perhaps more important, in trying to envisage how we might live on this planet.
What was great about Dear Green Bothy is the fact that it kind of existed simultaneously as like a living archive and also a very sort of hybrid gathering of different practitioners and academics in the university and the kind of surrounding ecosystems at Glasgow. It seemed like something that was really useful for COP because there was just such an overwhelming amount of content and happenings to sift through, and I think it really had this just nice, calming platform for accessing things.
We stood outside of COP in a way. We weren't part of the main COP programme, but what we tried to offer was something that was complementary to COP, but also provoke questions for COP, both for kind of politicians and for scientists as well.
I think the diversity of events was astonishing. I think we also kind of managed to sort of forge quite a distinctive identity, still being part of the university, but actually talking to maybe a wider audience of artists and climate activists and others.
I think anything around the environment needs that kind of interdisciplinary and sort of multimedia. And you just look on the landing page for Dear Green Bothy and there's so many projects from like computing studies to anthropological kind of methods and the sound walks. And it wasn't just about sustainability and how can we recycle things on campus. And it felt like it really, galvanized a lot more imaginaries and possibilities and involved a lot more people.
COP was the impetus or the inspiration for the Dear Green Bothy, but what we hope to do is to continue the project. We see it as very much as being the start rather than the end, and we want to continue to sort of build those conversations around the role of arts and culture and creative practice in communicating and tackling, actually, climate change issues.
I think the importance of stuff like this is it's not just of the moment that was COP, but because it is an archive and because it's constantly getting updated and reflections are being added, it's more about the ongoingness of this and needing to have these ongoing approaches that invite more people into it.